Hey, what's up? It's JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia. Good morning. Happy Sunday morning here in beautiful Bangkok, Thailand. Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing great. I took a little vacation to get away from some of the air quality problems here in Bangkok, but I'm all cleared up now. Slept really good last night. The air quality is decent now here in Bangkok, so at least for the next week or so, it looks like it's going to be good. And yeah, super super happy to be back. um, Even though some people don't think I am, but I am. I moved my mic around a little bit so I can actually face you guys, talk to you. But so let me know what's on your mind. I thought today we would talk about a couple of things. Let's see, bring up my topics. I thought we might talk a little bit about the air quality issues in Bangkok, and if it's serious, and how that affects your guys' plans to come here or live here or visit, and also talk about other issues like, I don't know, anything on your mind, basically. It's pretty much open forum today. So whatever's on your mind, I'm more than happy to talk about it. Let's see. Let's check out the. John says, "Good evening from Washington, D.C. Good to have you back, JJ." I'm happy to be back, John. Thank you so much. When are you going to Da Nang again, and what hotels will you stay? Peter, I don't know when my plan is to go back to Da Nang. I was thinking about that yesterday, actually. I was talking to someone. I had a couple of drinks yesterday early because they stopped serving alcohol yesterday at 6 because today is early voting for the election for Thailand. And then next Saturday, they'll do the same thing, 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. Saturday night to 6 p.m. Sunday, no alcohol served because next Sunday is the actual election here. But anyway, I was having a couple of drinks and I was talking about beaches and I was talking about Da Nang and how much I love Da Nang. So, but I don't know when I'll be back there. I haven't really thought of a date or anything like that, but eventually I will go back. So just have to kind of wait and see what my schedule is like. You know, my school's starting back up again in February, February 10th. Today's the first here. Today's February 1st, guys. Crazy. But yeah, so as far as my travel plans back to Da Nang, Vietnam, haven't really decided yet. So anyway, yeah, so the pollution, let's address that because I did a video about that last week and I got a lot of comments on it, both positive and negative. Some were saying, yeah, the pollution is bad in Bangkok and that's a no-go for me. Some people say that it was like 6 months out of the year, the air quality is horrible here in Bangkok. Other people say it's not that big a deal. So I hit everything, every comment from good to bad and all points in between on this video, which is good. I like that. I like that open discussion. But to me, it's not a deal breaker. You know, I had the luxury to get out of town for a week when it was kind of bad. But it kind of affected me this time around. Last year, this time, it didn't really bother me. My eyes got irritated a little bit, but other than that, it wasn't a big deal. This year, for whatever reason, it got into my chest, and at night I was coughing a lot, coughing up a lot of phlegm, and couldn't sleep. So so I got out of town and spent a week in BGC. And somebody commented, "Oh, you leave Thailand for cleaner air, and you end up in Manila." Yeah. Well, the air quality in Manila at the time where I was in BGC was only about the AQI was only about 50, and it was about 150 here when I left. So it was a lot better quality air. Yeah, I get it. In Manila, it can get really bad too. But at that time, it wasn't. And that wasn't the reason I left, really. The reason I left was I had a friend that went to BGC and he had never been there before. And he wanted me to go down there, and he invited me to go down there and show him around. So I did. And so that was nice to get away for another week. So, and that this trip was a lot better than the last trip I took to BGC back in December. This one was a lot more satisfying, a lot more enjoyable, a lot more stress-free. So yeah, so I went, and when I came back, the weather quality's better, the air quality's a lot better here, and just enjoying my time back in Bangkok. Every time I leave Bangkok, I miss it. So Phil says, "Good morning, JJ from Jomtien. I will be in that area next Wednesday. There is a pub crawl, and a friend of mine, Irish buddy of mine, invited me to go down there with him and do the pub crawl. So we'll be going to, we're going down to right about between Pattaya and Jomtien, right in that area, and that's where we'll stay. We'll go down Wednesday morning or Wednesday, check into our hotel, and then I think at 5 p.m. everybody meets at this first pub, and then the guy who organized the pub crawl will take us to all the different bars. The food is free. The transportation to each bar is free. All we have to do is pay for our drinks. So it's going to be a fun time. I haven't been to Pattaya for a while, so it'll be interesting to go back down there. But it should be a good time. And then we're just going to stay one night and come back here the next day. So it'll be a quick trip, but I'll be in your area, Phil. So if you do the pub crawl thing, I might run into you. What budget hotels in Antuang areas do you recommend? You can get on there. Depends what you're looking for. I mean, if you want a hotel where it's got all the amenities, the pool and great view of the ocean, look for those things. You'll probably pay a little more, but all in all, the prices in Da Nang are pretty inexpensive. If you just want a place to crash and sleep at night, but you want to be close to the ocean, things like Sea View is a nice place. It's right there in Antuang, right there on Antuang 3, I believe. And it's pretty cheap. That's where I stayed. The rooms are good size. You don't get really much of a view. So when they say sea view, I suppose there might be some rooms that you get to sea view. But I wasn't interested in that. I could walk to the ocean if I wanted to. So it just depends what you're looking for. And the prices are really good. This time of year, they're just getting toward the end of rainy season, so it shouldn't be too bad. It'll still be nice and cool, and you might get some rain for a while each day. But yeah, you just have to kind of look around. John says, Mucinex is a good over-the-counter medicine for the crud or chest congestion, irritation from pollution or things in the air in foreign countries. It's a good medication to have when traveling abroad. Yes, I got that. In fact, I'll probably get a refill just in case something crops up again. But yeah, I was doing, it wasn't the Mucinex, but I had that in the liquid form, and then they gave me a tablet form also, and then they gave me this stuff where it's in a pill, like a tablet, and you dissolve it in water and do that twice a day, and that clears up your lung and your passages and stuff like that. So what health insurance do you recommend, and how much does it cost? Right now I do traveler's insurance. So you can do, if you go to my descriptions on my videos, you'll find a link to Safety Wing, and you can check that out. But yeah, right now I just do traveler's insurance. I'll probably change that within the next year or so to just a normal insurance, but right now I just do the traveler's insurance. And the nice thing about the traveler's insurance is that you can kind of customize it to your needs. So if you just want, major medical stuff, you can do that. If you want to cover your travels, like if your airline cancels your flight or if you lose your luggage, you can insure that too. So it's real flexible and pretty affordable. So I would check that out. Good morning from a cold and wet Ireland at the moment. A lot of flooding in the country at present. So hopefully businesses and households can get back on their feet soon. Oh, okay. Well, we got, is it Dezo Mahoney? Is that it? Okay. So we got you. Thanks for being a member, by the way. Appreciate that. You can be a member and see my videos before anybody else. And it's only 99 cents a month. But Des is a member and from Ireland. And so is Kiki and Jasmine from Ireland too. So I got a pretty decent Irish group. I almost wore my Six Nations Ireland jersey today, but it's pretty heavy and I didn't want to sweat or anything like that while I was doing it. So anyway, all right. So how many we got on? We got 16 on. So that's a pretty good start. So we'll just kind of chat for a while. Anything else on your guys' mind? So my buddy and I, one of my buddies, we wanted to go see some live music yesterday, and he thought that you could actually drink last night, and I wasn't sure. So we went and had dinner at a place called Rose. I can't remember the name of it. It's right behind W District in Proconnone. Really good burger, tons of fries. I ate way too much. I felt miserable this morning, but it was really good last night. And then it was right down the street from Fishbone, which is a live music bar. And he went down there while we were waiting for our food order, and they were closed up. So pretty much all the live venues probably were closed last night because you couldn't serve alcohol there. So, but they'll be open up tonight. I think I'll go to Saxophone Pub tonight and listen to some live music there. Saxophone Pub's a really cool bar. It is a jazz and blues bar, but they have different kinds of music there too. And it's off of Victory Monument on the BTS. So you take the BTS from here, head down. You have to go past the Soak and Nana and Plon Chit and Chitlom and a couple of others, and then you hit Victory Monument. And then once you go to Victory Monument, you get off on the right side and you just go around the corner, and Saxophone Pub is there. And we'll probably go there tonight, listen to some live music. I love live music. We watched the Chocolate Cosmos Thursday night at Stumble Inn. They're a fantastic group. They're so good. They play a lot of 80s and 90s music, and they just do a great job. Depeche Mode, Tears for Fears. They do some Ozzy, some Black Sabbath. They do a little bit of everything, but they're more of kind of a modern rock type band, but they're very good. Just a 3-piece band. They got a lead guitarist who sings, bass player, great bass. He does bass lines, and a good drummer. And they're a pretty tight band, and they do a good job. The only issue I have with them is the lead singer is the only one that sings. So there's a lot of songs that they sing where I'm listening. It's like, man, they need the harmony in that. And one of the other guys need to learn how to sing, but they don't. So, but anyway, it's still good. So I'll go to Saxophone Pub tonight. I'm not sure who's playing, but we'll go check that out and have a good time. That's another thing I like about Bangkok. The live music scene is fantastic. If you haven't been here, haven't checked out the live music, do so. It's really, really good. So we've kind of covered a little bit of the air quality here. Let me check what it is right now. in my neighborhood. The neat thing about this app that I have, it's the Air Visual IQ Air app. You can see it, IQ Air, and it'll bring up your own neighborhood. So this is my little neighborhood here, and it's pretty high this morning. It's at 143, and the PM 2.5 is 52.5. So that's pretty significant. So I'll probably stay indoors for the morning. And then after 4 o'clock, it goes down. It's well below 100 after 4 o'clock. So if I look at the 7-day averages, today 92, that's the average. Oh, a chance of rain today. That'll be nice. Tomorrow 77, Tuesday 73, then up to 80 on Wednesday, 90 on Thursday, then back down to 82 and 78 through Friday and Saturday. So things are getting better. Now, with the burning season in effect, it's hard to say what's going to happen depending on the wind direction and that sort of thing. If all that burning up north in Thailand and Cambodia and Myanmar and wherever they burn, if that starts drifting down here, then the air quality can get bad again. So, but this afternoon it should be pretty good. So I'll probably just stay indoors this morning. Got to do some things. I'll probably make something here for lunch, or maybe I'll just pop out to the vendors outside. There's a really good vendor right down the street from me, and she cooks it right on site. So on my way home from where was I yesterday? Oh, when I went out to do my video, when I went to the golf range. When I came home, I stopped there because I hadn't eaten, and I stopped there, and they give you a big thing of rice, and then she cooked an egg like an omelet, put the ingredients in with the other stuff. The whole thing cost 50 baht. So it was 70 baht. So, but still, that's like $2. So it's pretty good. And it was really, really good. So I just came back and ate it here. So. Let's see what else. Where are we at here? Dave in Florida says, good morning, JJ. Good morning, Dave. Thanks for coming on board. John says, I read an article that Thailand is positioning itself to host Southeast Asia's first Disneyland, as they want to attract a world-class theme park to expand family-oriented entertainment and tourism. Interesting. I heard something about a Disneyland, but I didn't know that it was going to be Thailand. That's interesting. I thought there were other Disneylands or Disney Worlds here in Southeast Asia. I didn't realize that. Disney currently operates theme parks in Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Shanghai, with no Disneyland yet established in Southeast. Oh, okay, so in Asia, but not Southeast Asia. Thailand is seeking to position itself as the natural choice to host. Well, that'd be kind of cool. I'm not a big Disneyland fan. I think they're overdone, overpriced. Have you any favorite rooftop bars, JJ? I don't know. I need to do a rooftop bar crawl and check out all the rooftop bars because I haven't been to a lot of them. I've been to a few. There's one right down the street here at I believe the Hyatt is. I've been to that one. It's decent. It's okay. The one at Radisson Blu, it's called Brewski's. That's a pretty decent one. The prices for the food and the drink are okay. They're not really bad. I mean, they're not really high, but they're not super low, obviously. And the view's good. Let's see. I'm trying to think if I've been to any others. I've been to a couple others, but I can't think off the top of my head. There's so many. I mean, just on my street on Sukhumvit 24, there's probably 5 or 6 of them just on my street alone. They're everywhere. Every hotel pretty much has a rooftop bar. So there's no shortage of rooftop bars. It's kind of like 7-Elevens here. You can always find a 7-Eleven, and you can always find a rooftop bar, and you can always find a cannabis store. Let's see. Are you going to do another joint episode with Gio when he gets back? Maybe interview him about his travels in Africa. I might. Yeah, I might do that. I need more trolls. He and I joked the other day. It's like, he goes, JJ, you didn't have any trolls until we started collaborating. I guess it comes with the territory. The bigger your channel becomes, the more chances you have of attracting those type of people. So the video I did yesterday and I posted this morning on my members page, it kind of addresses that, kind of almost a tongue-in-cheek thing, but it was just an absurd observation this guy made, that he thinks I hate Bangkok. And it's like, if you watch any of my videos, you're going to know that that's as far from the truth as possible. Bangkok's my favorite city in the world. Tokyo would be right up there if it was a little cheaper. But yeah, Bangkok is just, to me, it's like just the most amazing city ever. And there's so much to do, and I just love it. But let's see. Do you have an air purifier for your apartment? I do, Ken. You can't see it. It's back here. And the funny thing is, I got to thinking, I looked this up yesterday. I Googled it, and they said some air purifiers will emit ozone, and that could be a negative effect to your chest. It'll give you a chest pains, cough, headaches, things like that. So I'm thinking maybe that was the reason. So I need to check on my particular air purifier that I have and see if that one emits the ozone stuff. If it does, I'm not going to use it. So I didn't run it at all yesterday or last night, and I slept really good. I didn't have a cough or anything like that. So I don't know if it's coincidence. I don't know if it was because the air quality was good yesterday. So we'll see. But maybe it's the air purifier that was messing my chest up. I don't know. But yeah, I do have an air purifier, and I had used it regularly. I'd always run it. I'd run it 24/7 all the time until yesterday. And I shut it down just to see if that did anything. And I slept like a baby. Let me see. The Bangkok Buckeye says, did I miss anything? Can you just repeat everything? Sure. Let's start over. I'll just rewind. Geo seems to handle the trolls okay. Geo seems to have no nonsense approach with trolls and doesn't let them bother him. No, I generally don't either. If they get, if the trolling comments are kind of funny or off the wall, I don't have a problem with that. But if they start getting real personal and with me or of my subscribers, then I'll put them in the hide list. I'll block them basically. And I've got probably a couple dozen people that I've blocked in the last year or so. So yeah, it's not big. It's not a big deal, but sometimes I get that little snarky attitude, like if I'm in a bad mood to begin with, and then I'll respond to some of those comments. A lot of times, most of the time, I'll read the comment and then I'll respond to the comment, but I won't press send. I'll just delete it. And it's kind of cathartic for me to write the comment that I want to write, but not send it. So it kind of helps me. Hey, Rigby, it's hard to have envious haters on YouTube. Someone decided to call me a narcissist and then insult Claire in the video. We talked about just closing the channel. Dude, just let it go. That's the problem with putting your girlfriend on your videos. And I'm not just talking about you, Steve. I'm talking about anybody who puts their girlfriend on their video. You're opening yourself up to whatever comments or whatever criticisms that these trolls have. And not only that, what you're doing is you're allowing these trolls and simps to think, oh, she's cute. I could get her from him if I want. And so that's their big goal, is to try to find out how to get a hold of her and things like that. And then the worst thing you can do is let your girlfriend start her own YouTube channel, because then it's over. Basically, it's all over. I mean, ask any guy who has a YouTube channel who had a girlfriend and then she started a YouTube channel, and ask, how did that go for you? I would say 9 out of 10 did not end well. But don't give up your channel, Steve. You've done that like 3 times, man. You just got to give it time. It will grow. The best thing to do is try to do a collaboration with a successful YouTuber. Get them to interview you on their channel, to talk about your channel, and that will grow your channel. I did that when I first started. I got an interview on Evan's channel from the Savvy Expat, and just from that one interview, it got me monetized. It got me almost 1,000 subscribers in just that one interview he did. And then I did another interview with Gio, and I probably got 500 or 600 subscribers off that video that he did. I did one with Mark Thornton. I probably got 100 or 200 new subscribers from being on his channel. So that's the best way to go to get your channel started and get some momentum, is to do collaborations. That would be my advice. Village Farang, hey, good morning from Europe there in Shanghai. Not all filters are created equal. It needs to have a high quality HEPA filter in it, and it needs to be big enough to cover the area. Well, mine covers 100 square meters, so it's plenty big enough. I just wonder if it's the right one. So I will check into that for sure. And if I need to buy a new one, I will. Good idea to write it and not send it. I don't have patience. Yeah. Yes, not good for Geo or retirement, Mike. Yeah. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to hear how his travels in Kenya went. I don't know how much he would be willing to expose, so to speak, or talk about. But yeah, I might try and see if he'll get on my channel for that. I'm sure he will. It's more than just Evan. It was clear in your appearance. You're a good entertainer and people want to watch you. Well, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that comment. I was in radio for 30 years and I have a face for radio. So, one of the things Evan told me from the Savvy Expat was I used to not put my face on my channel. It was a faceless channel. I just walk around, kind of like what Joe does, Eager Expat does. And Evan told me, he goes, you need to put your face on more because that's your brand. You are the brand of your channel. And if people don't know who you are, they can't really relate to you on a personal level. And that makes sense, because one of the first things you learn in radio is when you're talking in the microphone, you don't see the people that are listening. You don't know how many people are listening. Could be one person, could be, 10,000. You just never know. But you have to make it personal, and you have to sound like you're talking to just that one person. So when they're listening to you, they feel like you're talking to them and nobody else. And Evan's point was well taken when he said you need to have your face on your channel, because then it becomes more personal for the people that are watching. Now, I don't know if my appearance is any good, but I try to entertain. I try to make it real is what I do. I don't do a lot of fluff. I don't do, I'm not overly exciting. I don't do a lot of editing or anything like that. Although I have been looking into some of the AI editing tools, which looks pretty cool. Let me know if you're a member, you can see my new video posted this morning. If you're not a member, just wait. I think it comes out on Tuesday or Wednesday. And let me know what you think of the thumbnail, because I did 3 thumbnails. And if you're not familiar, YouTube, you can do an A/B thumbnail test. And what you do is you put 2 or 3 different thumbnails, and YouTube will show it to the algorithm and see which one performs the best. In other words, which one gets the best clicks, to watch the video and that sort of thing. And then they decide, after a certain amount of testing, they decide, okay, this one did the best, so we're going to post that one. But let me know if you think so. So a couple of them are AI generated, and then one of them is just my normal face. So let me know what you think, if you like the normal one better or the AI generated one better. So it'd be interesting to know what your thoughts are on that. You should interview your language teacher before she leaves. She's already left. I know. I wanted to do that. Maybe I'll reach out to her if I can. I think I've got her line number. Maybe I'll try to reach out to her and see if she'll still do an interview, because her new job isn't in teaching. She's not going to teach anymore. She's working. What is she doing? She's working in administration or something like that. So she's got a new job. But yeah, I'll try to reach out to her and see. My agent for my condo, she agreed to do condo tour videos, but she was busy last month, so she said wait until this month. So I need to get back in touch with her and see if she can do maybe like once a month, maybe, or twice a month, do a condo video. I mean, it'd help her out too, I would think. I noticed the thumbnails. The one with the mask had me stop and looking at it. What was it about? But I had already watched the video. Yeah, that was the other one. Yeah, I did that. The new one's coming out Tuesday or Wednesday. And let's see. Maybe I can show you guys the thumbnails. Hang on just a second. I'll bet I can. And then you guys can vote right here and right now. You can vote on which thumbnail you like the best, and then we'll see how close your voting comes to what YouTube decided. Let's see, where are my projects? Here we go. Okay, let me share this with you guys. So the title of the video is "Do I Hate Thailand?" or "Do I Hate Bangkok?" So here's one thumbnail, and it's, let me know if you see that. There you go. Let's see. That's just, and there's no words, no text. It's just me looking angry. And that's AI generated too. I did that through Google Gemini and, or Nano Banana, I think it was. And anyway, so it looks pretty real, I think. So you got that one. And then let me stop the screen here, and then I'll show you the next one. And this one is also AI generated. Hang on just a second. Let me share this one with you. Okay, there's that one. And it's me angry, AI generated with a busy Bangkok intersection. And get rid of that. And it says, "Do I hate Bangkok?" And then the third one, let's show you the third one, which is just typical. Hang on. Just a typical me. A real picture of me and Bangkok, busy Bangkok street in the background. So of those three, Which one do you guys like the most, if any? You don't have to like any of them, I guess, but all right. Let's get back to chat here. What are your favorite sources for Thai news? I watch or I read um, Bangkok Post. That's the one I read the most. Um, and then there's a few others I read, but not regularly. I get notifications every time Bangkok Post comes, and sometimes it gives me ideas for videos. Bangkok Post stories. Are you doing anything to learn more about Thailand's history, culture, celebrations, food, religion, or regions and language? And have you joined any group activities? I actually looked yesterday or the day before for different groups. I'm always hesitant to join Facebook groups because it always ends up being the ones that have been on the group so long are angry old men, and they don't like new people on board, and they get very angry at you if you want to join their group. So, which is weird, but it is what it is. So, but yeah, I have been kind of looking around at that, and I do want to. So I met a Thai guy yesterday, and he was with our group. One of my friends works with him, and he was with our group of golfers at the driving range. So I definitely want to see if like he and I can hang out, get together, learn things, because I think that would be really kind of cool to start building relationships and friendships with the locals. That's something I've always wanted to do. So. And let's see. Ty Tiger was good before. Tim Newton is just doing his own thing. I watch that daily for news and commentary. Never found a good source since then. Yeah, he's okay, except for he hates Americans and he blames America for everything. So I don't know. What is the most believable religion for you? Well, I'm Christian, so that's what I believe in. I do like the Buddhist culture, I like the Buddhist religion, just not because I believe in Buddha or anything like that, but just their beliefs and the way they act and the way they their kindness and that sort of thing. I do like that. The person I had drinks with, I asked if they were Buddhist, and they said yes. And then I said, I said, I'm Christian, so we go to church every Sunday. And I go, do Buddhists do that? Do they go to the temple every Sunday? And they go, no, it's not one of those things you do on a weekly basis. It's just you go when you feel necessary. And they have all these, I call them pop-up shrines. You can walk anywhere and you see these little pop-up shrines everywhere. And you'll see people walking to and from work or wherever, and they'll stop and they'll do the Y, and they'll pray at their shrine on their way to wherever they're going. So I think that's kind of neat. But yeah, I'm Christian, and I don't think I'll change my religion anytime soon. So looks like your normal face. Yeah, like I said, I have a face for radio. You like the first one? Oh, cool. Why the hate on BKK? Come on. I'm not hating on BKK. Somebody accused me of that. I just said that in my video. I said, I love Bangkok. I love everything about it. Everything about it. The food, the people, the quality of build, the infrastructure, the travel opportunities, the options, everything, except for the air quality on certain times of the year. And this guy he accused me of hating Bangkok, and he never even watched the video. He just saw the title and assumed that I hate Bangkok. So number 3 picture, if any, I would be afraid to ask you the time of day with the first 2, right? I told so I uploaded a normal picture of me. I wasn't angry or anything like that. And I told Nano Banana to put me in the forefront, put busy Bangkok intersection in the background with me in the front with an angry look on my face. And that's what it came back with. So I thought it was pretty cool, actually. AI is cool, and I'm glad I am close to retirement, as I use Copilot for work to analyze data that would take my team hours to do, and it will do it in minutes. Yeah, that's the neat thing. The bad thing is it's taking everybody's job. So like you, I'm glad, well, I'm in retirement, so I don't have to worry about my job being in jeopardy anymore, other than the fact that AI could control all of YouTube at some point. But I think YouTube's trying to address that too, so that would be nice. Let me see. John says, perhaps consider making an episode about what you should know about Chinese New Year in Bangkok. Oh, that's good. I should do that. I've got 2 weeks to get that done. Maybe I'll interview someone. I might have to use ChatGPT to find some talking points on it. But yeah, that would be good, because Chinese New Year's this year is February 17th, I believe. So Jesus rose from the dead. Absolutely. He is risen. In order to make people like Vitaly and Estonian guy from behaving poorly on YouTube is to not deport them, but to get them to remain in detention for 5 to 10 years. Yeah, I don't know. That's that's pretty harsh. Even those guys I can't stand. The Vitaly guy, I did a rant video on him when that happened, because I was still living in BGC at the time. And then this Estonian guy just seems like a creep to me. But I don't know, 5 to 10 years without any solid evidence of wrongdoing. I mean, yeah, they can be persona non grata, which basically means they're not wanted, kick them out of the country. Vitaly was in jail for 10 months before they let him out. He overstayed his visa in the Philippines by a long shot. He overstayed like a year or something like that, and they got him, and he's been in prison for like 3 or 4 years now because he doesn't have any money to bail himself out. So I don't know if that's, I mean, I think, I think at that point it's like, deport the dude before he dies in prison, 2 votes for the Chinese New Year video. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to put that in my calendar and get working on that this afternoon. Because it's funny, because, you think Chinese New Year, it's a Chinese thing, right? But all these Asian countries celebrate it, really. I mean, here they do. They've already got the gold and red decorations up. Vietnam, they really go all out with the Chinese New Year. So, yeah, I'm going to, I will definitely do something on that. Start on that process, that project this afternoon. Okay, let's see. You could perhaps highlight that Thailand celebrates 3 New Years: Western, Chinese, and Thai. When is Thai New Year's? Because that's another thing. But yeah, that would be kind of fun. Oops. When is Thai New Year's? 2026. Oh, it's right before Songkran. It's April 15th. So that'll be fun. The HIV guy could go to jail in many countries, including USA. It's not legal to cause public panic or make threats or spread illness knowingly, specifically HIV. Well, I guess I saw today in a video that he doesn't actually have HIV. He tested negative. He was doing a stupid thing to get views and clicks. And I don't know. I mean, would that be something like because if you go on video and say, "Hey, I have HIV and I'm spreading it all over the Philippines," one, it's going to obviously it's going to hurt tourism to an extent. That would be a consequence that unintended. But what about a girl that's been with him that sees this video? What's she going to do? Now she's got all this angst, and it could cause some serious consequences. I mean, she may think she has HIV and she has nowhere to go or nothing to do, and who knows how far that will go. So yeah, that guy is like, it's like yelling fire in a crowded theater, or yelling bomb on an airplane. Some things you just don't do, and some of these YouTubers are just idiots, and they do it strictly for clicks. And so I don't know, this guy, I think that's more serious than anything Vitaly did. Vitaly, all his stuff was childish. It's now called Lunar New Year on the calendars in the States. Oh, okay. Huh, interesting. Wonder why they changed it. It's called public panic, illegal in USA. Absolutely. Yeah, in most countries. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Same as yelling fire. Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah, you're right. It does matter, though. It matters that they do it, and they shouldn't. Maybe not the Estonian guy, but Vitaly could have done with more time in jail. His behavior was out of control. It really was, but it was very, I mean, yeah, they said, oh, he stole a police officer's or security guy's motorcycle. Well, he didn't really steal it. I mean, trust me, I'm not defending the dude because he's an idiot. And just looking at him makes me, it's like, I wish somebody would just punch him in the face. He's got that look. But he got on the bike and he pushed it about probably 30 meters down the street. That's all he did. Took officers' hats and ran off like a little child. Now he did take that industrial fan from that restaurant and took it to his hotel. So basically, that's theft. You could call that theft. But most of the things he did was just real childish. He's on that live stream and he's trying to keep outdoing himself each time. And he just looks like a fool. And his followers just kind of egg him on. I would say half the people who follow him probably don't like him. They just want him to get in trouble. So they keep egging him on, kind of like Johnny Somali and some of those other YouTubers or those streamers. They're just idiots. And yeah, YouTube really needs to clean that up. I think that's the biggest issue, that YouTube needs to clean it up so these local governments don't have to deal with these idiots. I never know about the Chinese Thais that have been there for hundreds of years. There are many Chinese Thai temples across the country. Oh, cool. More influencers need jail time. Heal the world, right? If Geo picked Africa as a secondary continent of interest, what would be a secondary continent you'd be interested in? Oh, geez. I don't know. I mean, because I don't know that much about Africa to feel comfortable going there. But I guess, I think he's going to, where did he tell me he's going after he leaves Kenya? He's going to Rwanda. He's going to Rwanda because he read that's one of the safest countries in Africa. And all I could think of was back in the 90s, Hotel Rwanda and all the crap that, the genocide that was going on there. And it's like, man, that must have really changed in the last 30 years. But I guess countries do change. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what other continent. If Europe ever gets its shit together, I'd probably do Europe. There's some countries in Europe that are still okay, but most of them aren't. I would like to go to Ireland. That would be fun. What happened to Lion? Channel from BGC. Brian the Lion. Here's what I heard. Now, I don't know if there's anything to it, but I've heard a couple of things. And one of the things I heard was when this whole Vitaly thing was going down, he was posting comments and reactions to Vitaly's videos. Well, Vitaly's videos got taken down, and from what I understand is, if a YouTube channel posts video content from another YouTube channel that has been taken down, that channel will be taken down. And I think that's what happened. I'm not sure, but that's some of the, I've heard that. But yeah, he had a really popular channel, and I don't know why it was taken down. Maybe somebody else has, in the chat has some better information on it. South America, yeah, South America might be a continent I would go to. Brazil, Peru, Colombia, yeah. I think maybe South America would be kind of fun. I changed my answer. Europe is better, but you've been there. I don't know. Europe maybe 20 years ago, but I don't know about now. I think I would wait. Brian told people I know he posted repeat material. Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw him back in BGC. I thought he had left, but he came over and said hi to me. We were sitting at Wild West, so I thought he meant his own videos reposted without change, but maybe your story is correct. Well, he would post B-roll, but he would have different content, like different different audio, like different script. So you can post the same video as long as the script is different. And I think he was doing that. I think he used AI to generate all his scripts. It was very polished. I'm about as polished as I'm not polished. I've heard North Korea is lovely this time of year. I think it's easier to get out of North Korea than it is a Filipina to get out of the Philippines her first time out. I think really North Korea is easier. It's crazy. But okay, let's see. We're all caught up with chat. What else is on your guys' mind? What do you want to talk about? You like my new glasses, by the way? When I was in Philippines, I picked these up. I'm getting weird in my old age. I'm like collecting eyeglasses now. There's a YouTuber. He does music videos. It's called The Professor of Rock, I think. And his name is Adam Reeder, and he always wears glasses, but he used to have a sponsor, and it was a glasses sponsor. I need to reach out to them and see if they'll sponsor my videos. I'm not nearly as big as he is, but as far as his channel, but that would be kind of cool. I was thinking more about in-person group activities where you could interact with Thais, things like organizations, fitness classes, run clubs, hiking clubs, massage, cooking, bird watching, whatever. I thought about doing the cooking classes, but see, you're not really interacting with Thais because Thais, they pretty much know how to cook. So if you're learning how to cook, you're learning with a bunch of foreigners, a bunch of Farang, other than the person teaching. And that's kind of where I'm at now with my Thai language class. The only person that's Thai is the one that's teaching the class. So, but yeah, other activities like I got a friend that does pickleball a lot. And so I want to start, if he ever comes back, he's in Europe right now and enjoying, I think he went to Belgium and Portugal. So he may not come back. He likes Europe. So, but if he comes back, maybe I'll join a couple of those pickleball groups because you've got a mix of foreigners and locals that do it. That would be fun. Maybe fitness classes, but I kind of like my gym up here. I don't like working out in groups. I like just doing my own thing. Running clubs, I'm not a runner, but I'll do walking clubs, maybe a little, hiking. Massage, I don't know about massage. That'd be interesting. Just got back from 2 weeks in the Philippines, spent a week in Leyte and one in Manila. Went to BGC, visited the Wild West on High Street. That's our place. Where in Leyte were you, Dave? My first girlfriend was from Leyte. Belgium is Belgium is the worst. Is it? Maybe he didn't go to Belgium. Maybe he went to. I know he went to Portugal, and I thought he might. I think he was going to go to Spain also, but I haven't heard much from him. So he must be having a good time, or or not. But yeah, South America sounds intriguing. The last place I worked, we had an international group, and a lot of them were from South America. So it was fun to listen to them talk about their home countries. I was in Tacloban and stayed at Summit Hotel by Robinson Mall. Yes, your LDR was there. Okay, cool. All right, so I flew into Tacloban and took the bus down to Mahaplag, which is southern Leyte, deep in the mountains, deep in the province. That's where my girlfriend was from. Actually, it was my second Philippine girlfriend. But she was the one I went through the whole K-1 visa process with, and got to the very end and then broke up. My first Philippine girlfriend was an OFW in Hong Kong. Your first girlfriend, 40-year version, I guess. I met my first Philippine girlfriend. You're a troll, Steve. Oh, by the way, Steve, my Jen says she liked your look before your current look. She doesn't like your bushy beard. I told her, I said, well, I think Filipino girlfriends like you to get fat and grow facial hair because they know that the majority of Filipinos don't like facial hair. So they know they're safe from losing you if you have facial hair. So a ton of people who live in Thailand or Philippines tried Costa Rica or Colombia first, but the feedback is only from people who left there and like it here. Interesting. We have a large age gap, but got along very well. She loved travel to Makati and BGC. Oh, awesome. So you took her around with you. So you don't have to tell me, Dave, when you said you have a large age gap, what's the age gap on that? If you don't want to say, that's fine too. Just wondering, just curious. Have you ever considered exploring other expat areas of Bangkok like Anut? Out of interest, if you're likely to ever move to a different area, would be cool to see life further down the BTS. Yeah, I've been to Anut several times. I like Anut. That's a really good area. In fact, I got a friend that's probably going to move in that area. But they've got a really good Lotus grocery store there and kind of a mall area right outside there, right on the BTS, right on Sukhumvit. They've got, they've got street vendors. Across the street, there's a Big C grocery store. So it's a really convenient area, and it's still close. I mean, you're talking, I'm in Prompong, so if you're heading that direction, which is basically south, you go from Prompong, you go to Tong Lo, and from Tong Lo, it's Ekamai, then Ekamai to Prakanong, and then Prakanong to Anut. Anywhere past Anut, you're really getting to local territory. You're really getting away from any of the expats where they live. Not to say that's not a bad area. I mean, I lived in Sumut Prakan for a year, which is way the hell south. And I liked it. I liked the local flair. I liked the not having to deal with Farang or foreigners. I hardly ever saw any. Once in a blue moon, I did. I liked the local food there. It was really good. And it was still convenient. I was right off the MRT. But it was, when I started my school, I realized I can't keep living down here because it took me about an hour and a half, almost an hour and a half to get to school every day. And I was spending about $300 a month on my Rabbit card, or not, $300 a month on my Rabbit card. So, so I needed to get somewhere closer. So I'm a lot closer to my school right now. But yeah, Anut's great. Um, Tong Lo's great. Ekamai's really nice. Prakanong's really nice. They've got the W District in Prakanong. That's where the music place is that I go to, the live music, right behind W District. It's called Fishbone. They've got really good Japanese restaurants along that street there behind W District. So there's some really good neighborhoods. Every BTS stop along Sukhumvit is kind of a neighborhood in itself, and they all have their own positive flair to it. So it's really pretty cool, actually. A great place to meet high-value Thai women is at a social dance class. Oh, 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, you'll hold hands and have your arms around a dozen high-value Thai women and know all their names. That is genius, John. I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to join a dance class and do a video. You know, it's funny, though, because when I was in college, and you're signing up for your classes, and I wanted to get like 18 credit hours or something like that. So there's electives you can take, and they're just they each last like a half a semester, and they're 1 credit hour each, and they don't count towards your major or anything like that, but it counts towards your total number of credits. And I took 1 year, I took bowling, and the other one was ballroom dance. And all my friends were saying I was gay to take ballroom dance. I was the only guy in that whole dance class with probably 15 or 20 girls. So when it came to dancing as couples, I was the dude. This guy, who wants to dance with this guy? They all did. So John, that's a genius idea. It's been a long time since I thought about that, but yeah, that I will actually do that, and I'm going to do a video on it. See how it goes. That's funny. Have you ever watched any videos from Reset with Rob? No, I don't think so. It sounds familiar, but I don't think so. Is he in Bangkok or Thailand? 30 plus age gap. That's how my girlfriend, when I had my girlfriend in BGC, we had a 30. It was exactly a 30-year age gap. She was 30. She's 37. She'll be 38 in April, which I think mid-30s, that's a perfect age for dating Asian women. Anud has a great night market right by the Lotus. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right outside there. It's really nice. Another area, if you keep going on Sukhumvit, go to Bering BTS. And when you get off of Bering, and I keep having to look it up, I keep forgetting the name of the night market there, but they have a really neat night market there, and it is local. You'll be the only Farang there, I guarantee. But it's really neat. So when you're heading down Sukhumvit, once you get past Anut, then your next stop is, I believe it's Bangkok. You go to Bangkok, and then Punawiti. Punawiti has a really neat digital mall there. It's called True Digital Park. It's between Punawiti and Udom Suk. So that's your next stop, Udom Suk. And then after Udom Suk, there's Bang Na. And then after Bang Na, you've got Bering. And you get off at Bering, and there's a market there called Tonsai Market. Tonsai Market is a really cool market. So write that down, guys. Tonsai Market. That's Tonsai Market, Bering. And it's really cool. It's just locals. You know, if you get a chance, you know, you got a date with a Thai girl, take her there. Really good, cheap food, cheap Chang beer. You can get a big bottle of Chang for like 40 baht or 50 baht or something like that. Hardly anything. And they've got live music, and it's just a fun time. Now, the bands are Thai bands. They don't do English music. They do all Thai music. But what's really neat is everybody knows the songs. So everybody's singing along with the band. So it's just a cool vibe. And I really liked it. I keep telling myself, I want to go back there. I want to go back there, but I haven't yet, but I will. I want to go back and I'll do a video. Did the air quality improve? What's your plan for Songkran? Are you staying in BKK? Yeah, I'm staying in Bangkok. I've been, for whatever reason, I've always missed Songkran. I've always been out of the country during Songkran, so I've never been here for that. So this year I'm going to be here for sure. And the air quality has improved. This morning, it's a little rough. It's over 100, about 115, but not bad. But it's going to drop below 100 later today. And it should be good for the rest of this week at least. So the air quality is good. So I'm happy. So I want to get out in Bangkok and experience Songkran. I'm not sure where I will go. I don't want to get in too crazy a place and get out and have it be out of control. Like I'm definitely not going Soy Cowboy or Nana or any of those areas. I'm not sure where I'll go. I don't think I'll go to Khao San Road. That's going to be kind of crazy. I want moderate craziness, but we'll see. I got a couple months to figure it out, but it'll be fun. Be my first experience. You talked about bugs in your BGC condo being an issue. How bad was it? It's also an issue in BKK. I've never seen a roach or any bug for that matter in either of the condos I've lived in or any of the ones I've stayed in, Airbnbs or anything like that here in Bangkok. I've never seen a roach. In BGC, both the condos I lived in had roach problems. I had to have them every 2 weeks. I had to have them spray and put the paste down just to kind of keep them at bay. And even the place I stayed at last week, which was really nice, they had roach problems too. Now I didn't put it in the comments in the review. I gave them a great review, but with the Airbnb, you can message the owner privately. And I told them, I said, hey, fantastic place, great view, great location. Only 2 suggestions. Put more toilet paper in because I had to go buy my own toilet paper, which was no big deal. But I just suggested, put an extra roll of toilet paper, and you might want to spray for roaches because I saw quite a few roaches. Not a lot, but just the little tiny ones. It seems like anywhere in the Philippines, there's roach problems. But here in Bangkok, I've never seen a roach, never seen a cockroach in a building, in one of my condos. I'm happy to have inspired 2 new JJ episodes tonight, Chinese New Year and social dance classes to meet high value Thai women. John, you may have to become my personal assistant or something like that. What do they call that? I can't think what they call that, but yeah, you may have to help me out here. My agent or something. Isan region, I think he has been over there for 7 years. Oh, the Rob guy, Reset with Rob. He's in Isan. Oh, okay, cool. No, I don't think I've seen his videos. You would be like a kid in a sweet shop being totally outnumbered by the ladies. So in a Thai dance studio. Yeah, absolutely. It'd be like going to Therme Cafe, only you don't have to pay the short time. I have far fewer bugs in my house in Philippines compared to all the mice, snakes, centipedes, ants, bats, spiders that get into houses in USA, much less here. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking that the other day. It's like, I don't see spiders here. Now, in the provinces, that might be a different thing. I don't see any spiders. I have heard, somebody told me the other day, it's like, go out on your balcony right when the sun goes down and check out the big bats that are flying around. So I might have to check that out one day. But yeah, I don't see any ants or spiders or centipedes. But you do in the US. There's a ton more bugs in the US than there are here. I mean, just the flies alone, the mosquitoes are huge. You got the June bugs, we call them, or the locust. They're all over in the Midwest. So yeah, crazy. Udom Suk also has a great night market. Oh, cool. I had one condo in BGC, which the whole floor is infested. I moved a few floors up and didn't see them again. Same building, wildly different results. Yeah. Yeah. I remember that condo. Yeah, it was nuts. Yeah. It's weird how the floors make the difference. But, once they get there, then, if they run out of room in one condo, that's when they start moving to the next condo. And I think a lot of it has to do with if they have a trash room, how close in proximity the trash room is to your condo, because that could be an issue too. I couldn't have done a 30-year age gap. My wife is 23 and I was 43. Much younger would have been problematic. Well, yeah, because 23 is pretty young. But say if you were 43, I'm sorry, if you were 53, would you do so you're a 20-year age gap. So if you were 53, and your wife or your girlfriend was 23, would that be an issue for you? Knowing what like the same woman you have now at 23, would you think you would have as much in common if you were 53? I think I said that right. I don't know. JD spent the night in the BGC bug condo, so I assume it was all his fault. The bugs came before me. But I will tell you, is like put your bags on a table. Don't put them on the floor. And even if they're on the table, make sure they're all zipped up, because the last thing you want is for these bugs to get in your bag and lay eggs. And wherever you go, you're bringing the roaches with you. Can you recommend units in BGC without roaches? What floor? So Rigby was on, he was at, where was he? Bellagio. He was at the Bellagio in BGC on Forbes-Town Road. What floor was the good floor with no roaches, and what floor was the bad floor? What floor do they want to avoid? JG, I'd be honored to be your assistant. I can help you handle the trolls too. We'll have to talk off mic here. I want to know how you're going to handle the trolls. I've got a moderator, but he's in a different time zone today, so I don't think he's on watching. All right, what else is on your guys' mind? We're up to 31. We've been on about an hour and 15 minutes, so that's good. Things are moving along pretty well. The weather is nice today. Let me check what the temperature. I think it's supposed to get up to about 93. So it has been warmer. So the temperatures are warming up now. So if you wanted to get in on the cool part of the Thailand weather, you missed it. It was like December and January. Now it's going to start warming up. But 93 is nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. It's going to get a lot warmer, and it'll be really muggy. I took 2 showers yesterday because I went to the golfing range and golfed, and I walked there. So I was it was still morning, but I was a little sweaty, but not bad. And then I started to walk back, and I thought, no, I'm going to take the train. So I took the train back, and then had like a 10-minute nice leisurely walk from the BTS to my condo. And I was pretty sweaty because it was about 12:30, 1 o'clock about 12:30 when I got home. So, yeah, I was a bit sweaty. So I took a shower. So I had 1 shower in the morning and 1 shower in the afternoon. So that's going to be a regular thing for you guys. You're going to find out that if you're here during the hot season, you're going to want to have change of clothes ready and a nice cool shower ready to go. I don't think she would have been as interested. We are now 51 and 71, and that is a big enough gap. Yeah. Well, you never know. She may have been. You just never know, especially if you were a young-looking 53 like me. I heard from another YouTuber last week to never rush the cockroaches with your, never crush the cockroaches with your foot as it spreads the eggs. Oh, interesting. When I lived in BGC, I had a big can of Bygone. That stuff worked miracles. That was so good. So we'd be sitting I'd be sitting on the couch with my girlfriend, and we're watching TV, and all of a sudden I see this roach going up the wall. It's like, ah, crap. I jump up, run to the kitchen, grab the spray it, dead in seconds. It was awesome. I was a murderer. I murdered a lot of roaches in my day. 5th floor, Chom, me and everyone had bugs. 15th floor, Claire for me. Chom moved floors and had no problem. Okay. So maybe the lower floors, they hadn't gotten up to the 15th floor yet. They're probably working their way up there right now. High value Thai women love to dance with a taller farang in class. These women usually don't like to hold hands, no PDA in public. So there's some natural sexual tension when holding hands in class. Interesting. I've never had an issue with a Thai girl holding my hand. They've never had a problem with that. In fact, I've had some grab my hand first, like would be at dinner or something, or having a drink, and we get up to leave, and she would grab my hand before I could grab hers. So that's never been a thing. Now, the hugging and kissing in public, that's a different thing. We are still around 15 every morning, but it is creeping up to 30 during the day. That's 15. What is that? What is 15 Celsius? 59 degrees. Ooh, that's chilly. Woo, that's really chilly. That's too chilly for me almost. Anything below like 65 is like, I need a full-on coat. But that would be a nice change of pace, that's for sure. Diatomaceous earth works great against all bugs. Is that an over-the-counter thing? Can you get that at a hardware store or whatever, or a grocery store? I've never heard of that. I thought it was a Greek god, Diatomaceous. sounds like a Greek god to me. Okay, guys, what's up? What else is up? We talked about the air pollution, air quality. We talked about bad YouTubers. Talked about traveling up and down Sukhumvit. What else is on your mind? We got open forum now. We'll talk about anything you guys want. Still got got 23 on right now, so we're in good shape. Oh, hit the like button, guys, please. If you haven't yet, I would appreciate that, because that will help when this video posts after the live, and the more likes, the better chance that YouTube will show it to other people so they can watch it. But if you could do that for me, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's see, what else is on your mind? Claire and I freeze at about 72 now. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Now I do like it down to about 22. My aircon in my bedroom, I put it about 22 at night. I like to sleep under the covers and be nice and comfy. I do like that. Are you going to tune into the Winter Olympics to watch the 2 Thai alpine skiers? Probably not. I used to watch the Olympics when I was younger, but I don't really get into that anymore. So I probably won't. I may watch like highlights on YouTube or something like that, but I probably won't watch any live stuff. When are you going to explore more of Thailand? I want to go to, well, I'm going to, if you missed it early in the live, I mentioned going to Pattaya this week on Wednesday. There's a pub crawl. There's a YouTuber down there. And let's see, hang on a second. Let me give you all the information in case you're interested. So there's a YouTuber. I can't remember the name of. Oh, Welsh Boy Webby is his YouTube channel. Welsh Boy Webby, and an Irish buddy of mine up here told me about this pub crawl that's going on Wednesday, the 4th of February. And so we're going to go down there that day. We're going to check into a hotel. And then at 2 p.m., we meet at Spice Bar and Rompo Complex in Jomtien before we roll out to the best gentlemen's club in town. And then we're going to do pub crawls at MMJ, Cat Flaps, Camel Toe, Three Willies, and MMP. And then finish at Club Fate. And then stumble back to our hotel. I'll fall into my bed, and then we'll get up the next day and come back to Bangkok the next day. But I'm going to take my video gear with me, so hopefully I can get some good video and post that on my YouTube channel. But should be fun. I haven't been to Pattaya for a while, so that'll be interesting. But I'm doing that Wednesday and Thursday next week. And then the 14th, the weekend of the 14th, I've got a couple of friends coming up from the Philippines, and they're going to be in Bangkok. And then we're going to start in Bangkok, of course, and then we're going to go to Hua Hin on that weekend and do some golfing down there while we're down there, and then come back here on Monday. And I have classes on Tuesday. So I got a couple of trips, quick trips planned in February, and then nothing until probably March. You know, I'm going to be celebrating St. Patrick's Day here in Bangkok. It'll be my first St. Patrick's Day in Bangkok, so I'm super stoked about that. That'll be a lot of fun. Last year I was in the Philippines, and they do not have any Irish pubs in I got to turn my seat around, I'm getting a cramp on my leg. They don't have any Irish pubs in the Philippines, or real Irish pubs. They have fake ones. So I'm excited to spend St. Patrick's Day next month in Bangkok. That will be fun. What if I didn't like it? What if you didn't like what? What are we looking at? What are we talking about? What if you didn't like? I missed something. What? I missed it. What are we talking about, Rigby? If you didn't like what? I have a Xiaomi HEPA and Carbon Smart air purifier in my Bangkok condo. Has digital numerical reading indicating air quality. $120, but worth it. Nice. Awesome. I may look into that. See, I have an air purifier, and if you missed the first part of this live, I talked about, I read up this week that some purifiers emit ozone that's can be hurtful to your chest and make you cough and that. And so I'm thinking, what? Maybe mine's doing that. Maybe that's the reason I got all this cough. So I didn't run it at all yesterday or last night, and I slept great. I slept all through the night. I didn't have the cough, any of that stuff. Now, the air quality is better outside, but I just wonder if it's this air purifier. So I need to look today. I need to find the serial number and find the model and look it up and see if it's actually hurting my breathing or helping. If it's hurting, then I'll just get rid of it and find a better one, find one that actually helps. Maybe one like you have. You should order N95 masks on Lazada for when you go outside. Yeah, you know, the air quality is not bad. I don't have a respiratory issue. I just had that cough for like a week. As long as it stays, I mean, even if it gets over 100, that's still moderate. Now, it can be dangerous if you have respiratory issues, but like if you have asthma or something like that, I suppose, or any other respiratory issues. But I don't really have that. So yeah, it could get a little uncomfortable. Like my eyes will burn sometimes, but I don't need the mask. I don't think it's that bad. Now, if it gets above 150, I read somebody messaged me or made a comment on one of my videos that he was in, was it Hanoi, Vietnam, or in somewhere in China, and it was over 300. And I'm thinking, holy crap, that's like instant death. So if it ever got that bad, I would definitely get the masks. Yeah, the N95s. Sounds like you don't really have any interest in nature, mountains, rivers, waterfalls. Um, to some extent, I'm not big on hiking and doing that. It's 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 um it's neat to view. It's neat to see those things, but it's not like I don't want to. I don't plan these long excursions out in the. I like my convenience, so I like my nice soft hotel bed, things like that. So yeah, I mean a little bit, but it's not tops of my list. So we have two really nice ones in New Maggette. Nice ones. Oh, Irish pubs. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, okay. Really? You have Irish pubs in Dumaguete? I doubt that. Tell me the names of those pubs and I'll tell you if they're really Irish. Consider taking a Latin social dance class, learn salsa, etc., then practice it at the Havana Social Club with some of your classmates. Wow. Man, you're planning my whole life here, John. Nice Irish pubs. Our group went there for Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners as they do nice holiday meals. We went to PJ O'Brien's, which is an Irish pub up in Tonglo, between Tonglo and Ekamai, and they had a really nice Christmas buffet. It was really good. Carl's Thailand is super cool YouTuber. Okay, cool. I don't know him either. I don't watch a lot of YouTubers anymore now that I've moved here. I used to watch them a lot before I moved. Before I moved to the Philippines, I would watch a lot of them, but I don't really watch a lot anymore. Mountaineering in national parks. Yeah, I'm not cut out for mountains. Like, yay! Thanks, Wendy. Appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up. All right, let's see where are we at here. We're at almost an hour and a half. So we'll keep going. We're at 25 on right now. So we keep on. It's kind of a steady group between 25 and 30, which is good for me. We'll talk about anything that's on your mind. Fibber McGee's, so nice. I figure they spent so much on it that it will go out of business, like most things. Fibber McGee's. Do they have Guinness on tap? If they don't have Guinness on tap, then it's not an Irish pub. Is that how they spell Fibber McGee's? If that's how they spell Fibber McGee's, then it's not an Irish pub. Let's see. Fibber McGee's. Dumaguete. Let's check it out. Okay, so I put in Fibber McGee's Dumaguete in Google, and the thing that pops up is Shirley Alabata Bar. So maybe they changed their name. Maybe it's not Fibber McGee's anymore. But then there is a Fibber McGee's in Duma. Let's see if I can find pictures of it to see what it looks like. Traditional Irish pub in the heart of Dumaguete. Independently owned Irish pub, live music, traditional pub grub, Fibber McGee's. Well, the signage looks nice. Got a little shamrock. Let's see. Live entertainment 6 nights a week. I don't see. Let's see if there's anything that shows what's on tap. I don't see anything there. Came to Pattaya 4 days ago, and air quality noticeably better right here, right next to the ocean. Feels less hectic than Bangkok also. So what's the what's the vibe like in Pattaya? I keep hearing conflicting reports. It's like I hear it's all overrun by Indians. They're sleeping on the beach. They're taking over everything, and then I hear the Russians have invaded basically, and I hear it's not like it used to be, and all the bars are now either owned by Indians or Russians, and so it's not as fun as it used to be. And so you've been there. You were there for 4 days. What's the vibe like? Is it worth going down there anymore? Let me know, Tom. Let me know what's going on. I'd appreciate your reconnaissance info, because I'm going there Wednesday, just for 1 day though. But I may go back later on in the year. I want to get it back up to Chiang Mai. I'll do that probably after the the burning season, and maybe in June or July. Take a few days up there. I want to go to Chiang Rai and check that out. Have a good day. Got to go. Okay, Rigby, thanks for coming on. Have a good day. Say hi to Claire for me. 2 nice nature activities that are easy to do is a tour through Khao Yai National Park, about 3 hours outside Bangkok. The other is a day at Erawan Falls in Kanchanaburi, Bridge of the River Kwai. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's interesting. We might do that, something like that. There's a trail, a man-made trail. It's almost like a boardwalk. I saw somebody do a video on it about a year ago up near Chiang Mai. And this trail, I don't know how long it goes, but it's a pretty significant trail. But it's all like boarded sidewalk, so it's really easy to walk it. But it goes to the foot of the Himalayas, which I think would be pretty cool. So I would do a hike like that, as long as it's not a huge incline. I used to walk up to Red Rocks outside of Denver to go to concerts when I was younger, and I'm done with those kind of walks. I don't think I can handle that anymore. As your new assistant, I'll help you line up an episode about the Thai women high beauty standards. I'll line up a panel of Thai models to discuss, and we'll watch your views go up. You know what? If you can line up any Thai person, woman or man, that would do an interview with me, that would be amazing. That would be cool. I would love to be able to interview Thais, as long as their English was decent, so people would understand. That would be cool, because I'm going to interview Lucky Girl again as soon as our schedules match. I'm going to try to interview my former teacher of my Thai language school. Going to try to do videos of condo tours with my agent. Other than that, I would like to just get real life experiences with Thais around here. Leaving Pattaya today after 12 days. Next stop is Chiang Mai for a week. Pattaya not was crowded. Not as crowded as it was 2 years ago. Oh, wow. Okay. What's was it decent? Crowds don't, if it's not so crowded, I don't care about that. That's kind of a good trade-off. But what were the crowds like? Were they obnoxious, overbearing, being stupid? Because I'm always hearing about fights going on, and I don't want to be walking around Soe 6 or somewhere, or Walking Street, just kind of minding my own business and get in the middle of something. That wouldn't be good. But yeah, let me know, Renee, if you can. There's a really neat apartment complex in Pattaya, right outside of Tree Town. Tree Town's kind of a bar area, and it's called Diana Estates, and they've got really neat apartments there. In fact, if it wasn't in Pattaya, I'd probably have moved into one of those apartments. It was so nice. Still in Pattaya and staying a while to compare to Prompong. I'm still open to some sort of Philippines solution. Well, Prompong isn't anything near what Pattaya is. Prompong's a nice neighborhood. It's got great food, great restaurants, great bars, malls. But you can't compare this to Pattaya. It's just a completely different animal. Pattaya's got the majority is adult entertainment, and here in Prompong, it's more subdued, I guess you could call it. But I like Prompong. I like the neighborhood. It's one of my favorite neighborhoods in Bangkok. Best investment I ever made, my Yeti. Keeps my coffee hot, which is great. Okay, guys, let's see. We'll go about 20 more minutes and answer any questions you guys have. We talked about the air quality. We talked about what else we talk about? The misconception that I don't like Bangkok. That is as far from the truth as you can get. I got a new video that's in the members section right now. It'll go public either Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. And it basically talks about me hating Bangkok, which is a total false. But I addressed that. And yeah, it's kind of a it's kind of addressing the trolls, and I know John says, don't worry about the trolls, ignore them. And I normally do. I like sometimes I'll, depending on how I feel at the moment, I may respond and give a snarky response to a troll, but generally I just let it go. And if they really piss me off, I'll just block them. That's always my prerogative. They think they've got the upper hand, but the funny thing is, as a YouTuber, if you own your channel, you always have the last word. You can always make the last comment and then block them so they can't comment back if you don't want them to. You've always got that prerogative. But anyway. Wear an I Love Bangkok t-shirt in your next few episodes. I should. I really should. I heart Bangkok. I need to do that. Or instead of at the end of my videos where I say live life, my friend, I'll say I heart Bangkok. I'll do that. That'll get them. Do you get lonely living alone at your age? No, not really. So when I lived in BGC, my girlfriend lived with me, and it was a great situation because she worked during the day. So she would leave about 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 or 9. So I get up in the morning. I usually got up early, like at 5, and I would catch up with my YouTube stuff and then start watching YouTube. And then she usually get up around 7, and I'd make coffee for us. We'd have coffee. She'd make breakfast. And we just kind of sit on the couch and enjoy the quiet of the morning. And then she would get ready for work, and then she'd leave for work around 8:30 or 9. And then she would be gone all day, and I would have my free lone time to work on my YouTube. She would get home about 8 at night. So if my buddies wanted to do a happy hour thing in the afternoon, I'd meet them at Wild West or wherever at 5. And then we could have a couple beers, and then I'd come home, and then she'd come home, and then we'd have the evening together, and then we'd have weekends together. She'd be home for the weekend. So that was a great situation. Moving here, I don't have a living girlfriend. I don't have anybody that stays the night. I don't really get lonely though. Sometimes I do, but I've got a couple of really good circles of friends here um, that I hang out with, and it's just the right amount of time to hang out with them because I don't want to do a daily thing or a nightly thing because it usually involves having beers, and if I start doing that every night, it's not going to end up well. That's where I say, Bangkok will eat you up and spit you out. So once or twice a week, I'll go out with a few of my friends and enjoy the evening. But the other times, I'm just kind of concentrating on me. I get my 10,000 steps in, so I'll go out walking. I exercise. I do my YouTube, and I have a couple other things I do. So that keeps me busy. So I don't really get lonely. Um, I suppose sometimes I miss I don't have a steady girlfriend. Excuse me. So I do miss that, that, that closeness on a daily basis sometimes. But other than that, no, not really. Compared to BKK, found high density of Russians on Patong, Phuket Beach. No issues at all with people being nasty. It's great for them, but I don't like the vibe. BKK was way better for mix of people. Yeah, I agree. I tell you what, though, I see a lot of families here now. We're in high season, and so I see a lot of families. I see a lot of Airbnbers here in my condo, which supposedly it's not legal to do Airbnb for under 30 days, but I know they do because one of the first times I was in Bangkok, I did an Airbnb in this very condo, not this unit, but this building. And I was only there for a week. So I know they do it. And I see people coming and going with their luggage. And I know they don't live here on a normal basis. They're just here for a short period of time. And I see them walking up and down 24, coming and going, and they've got their families with them. And I see a lot of Westerners. So they're mostly Europeans, I believe. So they could be Russian, could be Ukrainian, could be Eastern Europe, could be Western Europe. I'm not sure. But I see them with their families, and most of them are blonde and blue eyes, so it's pretty obvious where they're from. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see the families out and about. That's what I like about Prompong and Tonglo area and that sort of area, because you're getting away from the adult areas and you're more into just the family areas. You're not in the backpacker areas like say down in Nana or Khao San Road, which would be a huge backpacker area. So you see all these people, they're sitting around and they got the dirty hair dreads, and looks like they have one outfit that they only wear, and looks like they haven't bathed or washed their clothes in weeks. And that's my rant, but you don't get that up here. You don't get that up in this area. So that's what I like about Prompong. It's kind of nice. And if I want to get down to the Dole area, it's just a couple stops. It doesn't take long at all. So yeah, I agree. Bangkok is a better mix of people. I'm shocked that I haven't gotten any trolls on today. Usually when I do the horizontal and the vertical live streams at the same time, the vertical one gets more views because people are just scrolling. And like I've gotten 447 on my vertical stream, and that's compared to 123 on my horizontal. So, but with the vertical, you get more views, but you also find out you get more trolls that way. All right, Tom, you say, Patia, no issues either with anyone except random drunk people who might bump into you, but that's all racist. Yeah, everybody gets drunk, right? Agree with your Prompong assessment. Yeah, awesome. You and Pattaya, bro? No, not yet. I'll be there Wednesday. We'll get there Wednesday, probably early afternoon. We're going to check into a hotel down in near Jomtien, and then we're going to do a pub crawl Wednesday night to go to several places, and then Thursday head back up here to Bangkok. So I'm not in Pattaya yet. Wednesday I will be though. So that's my plan for the week. It's my last week before classes start up again. I'm sorry, 2 weeks. Classes start on February 10th. So what is that? So I've got 2 weeks before classes start. And then we'll be in level 2 when classes start up. So no, it'll be a week. It'll be a week. It'll be a week coming this Tuesday when my classes start up again. So it's right around the corner. I'm going to need to get my books out and start studying up again. I was in Pattaya, went to Soi 6. It was not fun. I'm in Pattaya. What was not fun about Soi 6? I know it can be a little overwhelming. The women will actually grope you and try to drag you in. It can be a little interesting, to say the least. How has your experience been with the language school, and how is your progress? It's been great. I love it. The language school has been a lot of fun. It hasn't been easy. It's been difficult. We just finished level 1, and toward the end of level 1, we started learning how to read and write. So we're not just learning how to speak and understand Thai, the reading and writing, but the issue with that is, the difficulty in that is, you've got 44 consonants and 32 vowels, but you've got different marks, tonal marks, and depending on which tonal mark, it changes the sound of the vowel. Sound of the consonant, and it depends on. There's 3 categories for the consonants. There's a high class, middle class, and low class. So depending on which class the consonant is in, it changes the tone on that tonal mark. So the tonal mark could look the same, but depending on which class the consonant's in, it changes the sound. So you have to memorize which class the consonant is in, and then you have to memorize how that tonal mark changes the sound of the consonant. So if that was confusing for me to explain it to you, imagine how it is to learn it. So, but it's been fun. I try to speak a little Thai when I'm out in public and talking to, a waitress or a clerk or whatever. And that's been interesting. I try to, if I see a sign in Thai, I try to pronounce the words and see how close I get. The problem is I can pronounce a lot of the words, but I just don't know the meaning of all the words. So, but that's the neat thing is I'll be on a train and I can look at the Thai version of the word and pronounce it. And then when the English version comes up, I can see how close I am to it. So the easiest one is Nana. Nana is super easy because you've got, let me see if I can, I'll write it down for you so you guys can see what it looks like. So let's see if I remember how to do this. Because my pen's not working. I don't have a pen that works. Anyway, I'll try to get. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's the N sound. So it's new, and then that's the vowel, and that's an ah vowel. So it changes the new to na. So, and then it's just repeated, na, na. That's the easiest word you're ever going to know how to say in Thailand. But first you have to learn the alphabet, and then you have to learn the tones and the sounds. So it's been fun. And level 2 is going to be a challenge, but they don't do tests at the end of the semester, so I'm not going to flunk out as long as I just keep going. And I figure if I learn even just a little bit of Thai, I've gone a long way. So I'm happy where I'm at right now. Yes, there are many Indians in Pattaya, but no issues other than it's a different vibe in the areas they frequent. They center on Walking Street and Beach Road, it seems. Again, don't like that vibe. I'm a little concerned about the homework part. Is there a lot, or is it manageable if you only attend classes? Well, they don't really have, now I don't know every school's curriculum, but mine, they don't have homework necessarily. I mean, you can go, they do worksheets, but you do them in class, and then they basically grade you in class. So, but they don't take grades. They don't write grades down or anything like that. Their whole thing is, listen, learn, improve. And there's no testing or anything like that. But the homework would basically be just go home and review what you learned in the class that day. And what I normally do is, it's hard for me to study here in my condo. I get distracted really easy. So I'll go to class the next day, like an hour before class starts, and then I'll review from the day before. And that helps me a little bit. Now, there are some people in that class that are way ahead of me as far as learning. My biggest problem is processing when someone's talking to me in Thai. They speak so fast, at least in my mind, that I can't pick up the words very well. So I have to have them repeat, like my teacher, I have to have her repeat it, slow down, repeat, and then I have to think about it and like split each word up and think, what's the meaning of this word? What's the meaning of that word? And then put them all together, and then I can kind of figure it out. Sometimes I can kind of figure out what they're saying by certain words in the when they're speaking, like if they're if they're talking about school or study or food or anything like that, if I can pick up some words that I know, then I can kind of get an idea of what they're asking. But yeah, it's been fun and manageable, but yeah, it's been interesting. Cost for language school. So I did the first two levels. I paid for the first two levels. And then if I continue to level 3, I'll just pay that separately. So my cost was, I got it written down here. So I'll give you, it cost me 25,000 baht, basically 25,200 baht for the first two levels. So if I go back to, I got it all written down here. So I'm going to Sandy Thai language school. So I did the level 1 and level 2, which is about 7 months. And it cost me 25,000 baht. That includes everything but paying immigration for the visa. And then I have to go back every 3 months to extend my visa, and that's 1,900 baht. Once I'm done with the level 2, then I'll do level 3. And since I'm doing it separate, I don't get the break point. So that will cost me about 1,500 baht for level 3, and that's another 6 months. Now I can redo level 2 if I'm not comfortable moving to the next level. She said I can do that. So if you do all 3 levels at once, it's like 38,000 baht. But with me, it'll come to about 40,000. So you'd save about 2,000 baht if you did it, if you signed up all at once for all 3 levels at once. Anyway, so that's the cost. Now, other schools, they cost more, others cost less. The curricula might be different in the different schools. You just kind of have to review and just do your research if you're interested in that. Find out, one, if it's close to where you're going to be living or live. That's important because you don't want to travel a long way just to go to class. Check out the curriculum, check out the school, get a tour, find out everything you need to find out before you make a decision. I think I made the right decision. I like my school. And they do this school does all the paperwork for me. They had everything ready for my initial immigration. They had all the paperwork and they told me just show up at immigration this day, and they're there waiting for me. And they kind of walk you through the whole thing. Same thing when it's time to get my my extensions. They notify me. It's like, come into the administration office and bring your school attendance sheet and your current PM, not PM, TM30. That proves where you're living. So you bring all that in, then put all the paperwork together. Then the next day you go to immigration and you get your extension. But they do all the paperwork. It's really been great. If you don't practice a lot out of class, then the classwork is pretty much a waste of time. Learn for 1 hour and forget for 23 hours and wonder why there's no progress. Right, exactly. And the whole thing is just being brave enough to actually use it in public. That was my biggest thing, just to get brave enough to speak or try to speak Thai in public. Even if you botch it up, I think they appreciate your effort. So, you know, sometimes you'll say something and you'll have the tones wrong, and it basically is a completely different meaning to what you said. But they kind of look at you and they kind of figure it out, and but it's fun. I think they appreciate your effort. You should ask Thais what they think about the Philippines and Filipinos. I don't know. I don't know if they have any thoughts on that. I don't know really. Do they? I don't know that they. I don't know that they interact that much with each other here. I'm not sure, but I can always ask. I know there's a lot of Filipinos that work here. A lot of them from Myanmar. A lot of Burmese work here in Thailand. Used to be a lot of Cambodians, but not so much anymore. They pretty much all left. All right, guys, we're at 1:58, so coming up on 2 hours. So we'll probably just call it good for the day. And but I appreciate you all coming on. Been a good morning. Nice to be back in Bangkok. I heart Bangkok, by the way. But yeah, it's been a good trip. It's fun to get to BGC, but always good to be back home. This is my home now. So for as long as I don't get the bug to leave. And right now I don't. I signed a 2-year lease here, so I'm here for another 1.5 years in this condo, and then I'll figure out what I want to do after that. But thanks everybody for coming up on here today. I appreciate it. We'll do another one next Sunday. Let's see. So not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that. I don't know if I'll do a live. I may do a live. That'll be from Hua Hin. If I do it in 2 weeks, I will be in Hua Hin on Sunday. So I may do that. I may go down to the beach and do it live from the beach, if that's okay with you guys. But anyway, have yourself a good one. Appreciate you all. We appreciate you too. Thanks, Xander. Appreciate that. And till next time, as always, live life, my friend. Sabai, sabai. We'll talk to you again soon.